Hi, welcome to Jurex Nurse's Legal Nurse Consultant episodes. I'm your host, Elizabeth Rudolph. I'm an attorney and founder of jurexnurse.com. Be sure you hit subscribe so you never miss another episode. Today, we're going to talk about what goes into your invoice template for your professional legal nurse consultant services. And you should have an invoice template for your business because most businesses have an invoice template. And this way you can have your essential information already at your fingertips and ready to go. So that's what you'll need for your PLNC business. And we're going to talk about the simple steps you can use to create one. That way you don't have to recreate it each time that you work on a case. Now, first of all, you want to put at the very top, centered in the top, your company name, your name, if you don't have a company, your address, your email, and your phone number. You may even want to consider putting the date there too, but you can also put today's date in another location, just as long as the date is on there. You also might want to consider adding a logo because having a logo makes it easy for attorneys or the bookkeepers to realize whose invoice it is that they are trying to pay. Next, you want to have the attorney's name, address, and email, which is usually flush left on the invoice template. If you're sending it by email, then you would say via or via email. But next is the attorney's name and his or her designation. And here, for example, you can either say, and I'll use me as an example, Elizabeth Rudolph, capital ESQ, period, meaning Esquire. Or you could say Ms. Elizabeth Rudolph. It's up to you, but don't use Esquire and Ms. Pick which one. And then insert the full name of the law firm, if there is one, and the address, city, state, and zip code. Next is the date of the invoice. Again, it's important because you're going to be sending more than one date. And as I said, you could put it at the top, you could put it in the middle. It is completely up to you. But you don't want to double bill by sending invoices with the same information on them more than once. Then you want to have an indented section that says re or ray and insert the name, the case name, and the case number of the law firm that is actually using you to review the medical records. Use their case name and their case numbers. It makes it easier for them to pay you. Then you want to have a 3-column format: left, middle, right. Left is going to have the date that you worked on whatever the assignment is and the task. The middle is a description, and the right column is going to have the time that it took you. So be sure you follow that format each time and underline the date, the description, and time. You may even want to bold it, and then put the appropriate information underneath it. Then you want to add the total number of hours that you did or worked on, okay? Because the attorney or their bookkeeper is not going to want to have to add up all the different numbers. This way it makes it easy, and particularly if it's a third party, let's say, insurance company that's paying it, they just want to see the total time, for example. So you add the total time and that you've done and the total amount and the total of everything if you haven't already done it, okay? So again, you're going to have columns, but then you're going to total up the time and you're going to total up the hours and you're going to total up the amount. Now, time and hours may be the same depending on how you quantify that, but the bottom line is the law firm or the insurance company or whomever it is that's going to be paying it wants to know the total amount. Now, you're an independent contractor, generally. You don't want to put any kind of social security number of yours on there, any of that, because you really run the risk of any identity theft that could potentially occur, may not, but particularly if you're sending it electronically, it could. So just be careful on what information you put onto the invoice. But once you create your template, you're going to use this template every time. You don't have to recreate the wheel, as we say, okay? So make it so that you actually use the template, and be sure you send out your invoices timely because you want to be paid quickly. All right, that's a wrap. We've gone through a lot of different information that you can use today to help you in your nursing practice. and in your legal nurse consultant practice. If you want to get our free guide, How to Hike Your Nursing Income, go to jurexnurse.com. But I'm going to leave you with one action step today, okay? Just one, and that is be sure you take one action step toward becoming a professional legal nurse consultant. I appreciate you.